I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. If you would please stand, and we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. It's great to see a full house tonight, and we have a lot on the agenda, as you can see. So we'll start off with roll call.
Brandt.
Here.
Frick.
Here.
Mueller.
Here.
Schild.
Here.
Greenway.
Yes, we do have a quorum this evening. Next up on our agenda is to approve our agenda, and there has been one addendum that has been added to that already since the publication. So we're going to approve the agenda with the addendum that has been added. So I would take a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda with the edit that we have today.
Thank you. And a second.
Sorry.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mueller.
Yes.
Schild.
Yes.
Brandt.
Yes.
Frick.
Yes.
Greenway.
Yes. Item number 3 is the approval of our minutes from our January 12th school board meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes from the January 12th, 2026 school board meeting.
And a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mueller.
Yes.
Frick.
Yes.
Brandt.
Yes.
Schild.
Yes.
Greenway.
Yes. Item number 5 is the conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone have a conflict of interest that they need to disclose at this time? Hearing none, item number 5 is our consent agenda. If anyone has anything they would like to pull off, please let me know. Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Schild.
Yes.
Mueller.
Yes.
Brandt.
Yes.
Frick.
Yes.
Greenway.
Yes. Item number 6 is that opportunity for public comment. Shireen, did we have anyone sign up for public comment?
Nope. Not tonight.
Moving on to item number 7 is our student achievement and good news. And it looks like we have a lot to share. So I'm excited, Mr. Mitzel, to have you start us off and share your good news.
Well, I'm really trying to defer a little bit of my work tonight and put it on the kids. That's what a good principal does, I think. So excited to have with us today Easton Prouty, Kaylee Eskins, and Ellie Kindle. They're going to share a few things, and then I'll kind of wrap it up. But if you have questions for them when they're done, we'll try and answer those the best that we can. They're all part of our Beetle Student Council, which is led by Mr. Garvey and Mrs. Sherman, and then I jump in when there's fun activities. So I think, Ellie, you were first, right?
Hi, my name is Ellie Kindle, and I'm a 5th grade member of the Beetle Student Council. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about our school's Super Bowl food drive. As a total, our school donated 2,905 points worth of food to the contact center. That's an amazing amount, and Beetle should be proud. And that it is amazing we got to give back to our community. When Beetle Student Council got to take a tour there, it made me realize that we should donate more often and help out our community. Thank you, Yankton School District, for having me.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Eskins. Bingo night is the night families come to the gym and play bingo. And you can win prizes and you get popcorn and pop. And I was sitting with my friends. And Beetle does a carnival. The carnival is when families come to the school and plays games, and the high school comes to help. The high school that came from Beetle as a kid. The carnival has football and an ice cream machine. Beetle has fun games after school.
Hello, my name is Easton Prouty. Beetle does good character awards, and we also do red cards. One person from each class is picked for good character every Friday. Good character is when you are kind and follow expectations. You can get a pencil and a Burger King coupon. A red card is when your teacher sees you being respectful and following the rules. Your teacher will write a note saying what you did to be respectful. Then he or she will give it to Mr. Mitchell. He will then mail it to your home. When you get a red card, you will go to the office and you can pick out a pencil and a sucker. When you go to the office, a lot of the time it isn't for getting in trouble. It is for being kind and respectful to others.
So stay up here in case they have questions, but I'm just going to piggyback on a couple of their things. Last week we had the Super Bowl food drive at Beetle School. One of the things that when we do events like that, we try and have the kids go out with us so they can learn about the community and not just, you know, be a fundraiser or a food collection, but really to get out and see how those programs impact our community. We'll have a March for Meals drive in March for the senior center, and they'll have a chance to go over there and eat and be with the clients there as well. When Easton was talking about red cards and good character and things like that, sometimes it's a little bit of a misnomer that you know, the office is full of trouble and people are always coming for you know, for things that are not good. And I can guarantee that I have more kids coming to the office for good reasons than there are for redirection or consequences and things like that. And when we were visiting about this and I had them come to the office a couple times, I said, how many times, you know, have you come to the office for good things? You know, well, it certainly outweighs anything that's dealing with redirection or things like that. So I know they'd be brave and they would take some questions, and I would too. So go ahead, and if you have things for them.
Mine's more of comments. Thank you for coming and sharing and speaking. You guys did a great job. Thank you to the staff for those opportunities and doing that. It's extra work on top of all the other things that you do. And I'm excited for your future opportunities too, as I look at the high school student council here as maybe a potential in your future. And then we also got to see the legislators at the state level this weekend. So the sky's the limit. Thank you for doing what you do and doing good things in our community.
I just would like to echo Sarah to Ellie, Kaylee, and Easton. You did a phenomenal job, and I know it probably wasn't easy, and you had some butterflies, but you did great with your butterflies and squashed them right down. So thanks for coming and presenting to us. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. All right, Dr. Olson, you're up next. That's a tough act to follow.
Shoulda went first. Well, thank you. I just have a couple of things to announce. We do have conferences coming up at the middle school, February 23rd and March 3rd, and that's from 4 to 8. We also have, I have yet to have a school board member come, but we do have the YMS dance coming up on April 10th from 7 to 9. So anybody is welcome. I ask every year, every fall and spring, and still yet no one has come. But anyway, April 10th. Put it down. So we have that. And my other guests I have today is Whitney Schroeder and Nick Shudak. Mr. D and I presented at the last school board about Yankton's Best when we talked about that Avera grant that we have. So we did hire Whitney Schroeder, and she's up here. She's going to come up here and just introduce herself. And Nick Shudak will tell a little bit about the Mount Marty part too as well. So.
Hello, I'm Whitney Schroeder. Oh, thank you. Yeah, short girl friendly. I'm Whitney Schroeder. I'm excited to be working with Mount Marty and the middle school and the high school and our partners with this awesome partnership with everybody in this community. It's really shown me that this grant coming to fruition shows how much this community comes together and cares about the future of their students. So I'm excited and I'm ready to start the process. Yeah.
I'm really here as an emotional support administrator, which I think is a thing, right? But we're excited to hire Whitney. When Todd and Heather and I were looking into, doing the job calls and looking into whether or not anybody would be interested, available, and qualified, we kept referring to the person as a bit of a unicorn, and we found one. And so we're extremely excited, if I may say stoked, that Whitney is working with us and a part of the grant over the next 3 years to build that behavioral health pathway from the middle school to the high school to the university and then hopefully out into the field. So we think it's going to be impactful work for our community, and we're excited to be, Mount Marty's excited to be partnering with YSD as always. So thanks.
Enjoy your dance.
All right, Nick, Whitney, thank you very much. We look forward to hearing good things coming from you guys as well. So, Mr. Duracek, I see that you have some student members here. So, do you want to? Or Mrs. Alonso? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Audrey Alonso. I'm a Spanish teacher at the high school, and I'm also a student council advisor. And we recently had our elections right before we switched semesters. And so I have brand new cabinet members here that I really wanted them to see a formal meeting, how it's run with all the parliamentary procedure that I keep harping about. And then also for you to meet our newest leaders at the high school. And so we have a really, really solid group. Should I introduce them, or maybe why don't you come up and introduce yourselves, girls?
That'll be good practice.
Yeah, a lot of
all
girls
their
up here
speaking
today.
engagements.
All right. Why don't you say your name and then what your role is? Let's start with Bethany, okay?
I'm Bethany Huff, and I am the student body president.
I'm Maya Linky, and I'm the secretary.
I'm Bailey Anderson, and I'm the reporter.
I'm Delaney Yeomans, and I'm the vice president.
Hello, I'm Mary Rounds, and I'm the treasurer.
So I could easily see any of these girls having one of your positions someday or somewhere in the city. So super excited to be fostering these skills in our young adults. So yeah, that's us.
Excellent. Thanks, ladies, for coming and sharing with us. Good luck on your position and your role going forward for is it for the rest of the school year? All the way through May? Okay, very good. All right, next up under good news, Dr. Kendall, you have someone you'd like to introduce?
Yes, I do. So we have Chad Herman here. He is the alternative school director from the South Dakota Human Services Center. So Chad, if you want to take the mic, and he's got a really nice story to share with the board.
Okay, no pressure, but yeah, nice story. First of all, Whitney left before I could say you're getting a heck of an asset there. I worked with her for several years, kind of stole her from HSC, but she's going to be wonderful at what she does. So, and then she's not even here to hear it. So, thanks for giving me a couple minutes. I got a story I think everybody needs to hear. Dr. Kendall and I had a discussion about this earlier this morning. Mr. D and a couple other people in here know what's going on too, but I felt I had to share it with you because if it wasn't for this school district, this would not have happened. And this is pretty dear to my heart. So I'm not an emotional person, but this is pretty cool. So most of you probably know we have a school at HSC for the kids that come out there, okay? We try to keep them on track the best we can. We try to work with their school districts from all over the state to try to keep them going while they're there. Sometimes it works really well. Other times it's more of a challenge, okay? But we always get kids that come in with a unique situation. But we had a young lady come in that was a situation like something we haven't dealt with in a really long time. I've known this young lady since she's 12. She's 19 now, so that's going on 7 years. And this is a good kid that got dealt a bad deal in life, I gotta tell you. She got bounced around from place to place, from placement to placement, and all of you educators know when that happens, that's a challenge. That's really, really hard. When she, excuse me, when she came to us this most recent time, we started to put stuff together and realized, wow, she is really close to graduating, like within 2 credits of graduating. And we're like, how can we work this out? We had a couple challenges we didn't know how to solve. One is, as you can guess, out at HSC, our class offerings are somewhat limited due to safety concerns, due to restrictions, things like that. She, of course, needed electives that we could not offer her. The second problem we had is because she was 19 and she'd been bounced around, she didn't have a home school district anymore. We don't graduate kids from HSC, okay? We always work with their home schools, but this poor kiddo didn't have a home school. So what I ended up doing is I ended up reaching out to Mr. D in the high school. I said, any idea what we can do to help get this girl graduated? And without hesitation, all I heard was, we'll do whatever we can to help. And that was pretty special. Went over to the high school, had a meeting with administration, with members from the counseling office, the ALC, everything. We came up with a plan on how to get this girl the classes she needed. And I mean, it was really, really, really special. This is a girl most schools in the state wouldn't have touched with a 10-foot pole. Okay, they would have just washed their hands of it and said, this is really not our problem. Yankton could have done the same thing. They were under no obligation to help whatsoever, but they did the exact opposite. They stepped up, and I'm happy to report as of yesterday morning, this girl has met all her requirements and will be receiving a diploma from Yankton High School. I told her this yesterday morning, and in the 7 years I've known her, I've never seen her so excited and so proud of herself as she was yesterday. And she worked hard for this, don't get me wrong. This would not have happened without her staying determined, staying on track despite everything life dealt her. But the reality is it also wouldn't have happened without this school district and without the help from the high school. It's really that simple. I've worked at HSC for a long time, and I've worked with literally every single school district in the state multiple times. Now, maybe I'm a little biased because I have a couple daughters in the school district, but I will put this school district up against any in the state, and I sincerely mean that. Wonderful to work with, always have the best interests of our kids at heart. And as Dr. Kindle's told me, I've known him for a lot of years, and as he told me, he said, our main goal is very simple. We just simply want to help kids. And that is literally reflected in every single thing the school district does. And here's a situation, you not only help the kids that have been with you for a long time, you help somebody that needed help maybe more than any of them. And that is something that was incredibly special. We should all be proud to have this district in our community. And these teachers and these administrators and the support staff and everybody, I'm eternally grateful for it. So on behalf of this young lady, on behalf of HSC, on behalf of my teachers and our school out there, I wanted to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the high school especially, okay, the ALC, the counseling office, for everything they did. Here's a young girl that just a few months ago was wondering if her life was ever going to turn into anything. Now she's got a new lease on that life, and she's got a bright future, okay? And a large part is because of the efforts of this district. So she is incredibly grateful. She obviously couldn't be here, so she wanted me to extend that to you, and I am incredibly grateful. Thank all of you. Means a heck of a lot. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Chad, for coming and sharing that story. That is a great testimony to our devotion and dedication to making student achievement a success. So thank you. All right, next up, we are going to recognize our retirees that are going to be retiring at the end of this school year. And I know I was the person that ended up giving the report on the agenda on the news the other day, and I was waiting to have Jeff come on and start talking to me about this, and I thought, I'm just going to take a minute because there's a lot of big numbers here. So I added them up quickly, and I'm here to say that there is 200 years of experience that is going to be leaving us this year in our district, and that is amazing to have that many years of service combined with you guys. So before I turn it over to Dr. Kindle, just a heartfelt thank you for your years of service and dedication and devotion to our students. I can't imagine how many thousands of children you've been able to help and educate over the years, and I wish each and every one of you all the best in the next chapter of your life. And with that, Dr. Kindle.
All right, so for those that are tuned in that maybe can't see the numbers, I'm going to read this. So Sally Stanage, Lincoln Elementary School, 46 years. Doug Har, Yankton High School, 37 years. And there's some middle school years in there as well. Michelle Lucan, Stewart Elementary, 33 years. Jama Matheson, Yankton High School and Yankton Middle School, 31 years. Lori Leader, Trailhead Learning Center, 29 years. And Lincoln and Webster? And Stewart, okay. And then Kim Idy, Beetle Elementary School, 24 years. So I just want to thank all of you for your years of service, and I think most importantly, the story that Chad just shared with you, or with us, it doesn't happen without you. And so this will be a good board meeting to remember from that story and the fact that we appreciate everything you do. And we would take time, if any of you want to go to the mic and just say a couple of words, you're welcome to do so. Mr. Har? Sure, yes.
I would just like to say thank you and one teachers without help and the response that you have seen in the school is you in class, and I guess would also like to say thank you to the parents for sharing the school. Dr. Kim and I have been around for quite some time. It's a team effort, all the way through.
Yes.
I would also like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that really well. And it went really fast, and really missed it, but people I really don't, and I just, in my heart, it's just all about the kids, and I just appreciate all you guys have done so that we make our job easy, and it's really not a job when you go out and go to work every day. I was talking about why I'm so excited that I'm going to retire and spend time with him. And I find myself going to work earlier and earlier. Every day, you know, or throughout the day. But it is just, it's just amazing that you get to spend time with these kids and be part of their lives. I just want to say that I'm very, very grateful as well. Dr. Kim Romero hired me in my first year. I don't think if I was in class because Jeremy fell on me. Blinders fell. There was a fire down by my room, which I was not to blame for. And so, you know, your opinion is Jeremy's my best friend. I've talked a lot of geography in this district. I've had a lot of administrators all the time.
Thank you. Thank you. We got time if anybody else wants to comment.
I just want to say it's been an honor to witness all of you in your element, and thank you for all of the years that you've dedicated to our district, to our schools, and to our families here. Thank you.
I would also like to add, you know, we talk about the reason we do what we do up here is for our kids, but a big part of it is for our teachers as well. And our kids wouldn't have the success they had without the teachers and the dedication that you've put in. To see this many years accumulated from a handful of people is truly a testament to how much you care for the students. And it's an honor to be able to represent the district this way because of the teachers and the students we have here. So thank you. Greatly appreciate the many years put in.
Excellent. All right. Any other comments? All right. We will move on to letter C. That is recognition of those school board members. And I'm going to turn that back over to Dr. Kindle as well.
Okay. So February 16th through the 20th is National School Board Week, where we recognize our school board members. And of course, we will not have a meeting that week, so we are taking the opportunity tonight to recognize our school board members. So Kathy Greenaway has been, is that right, 18 years, Kathy? And so she is our veteran school board member and our board chair this year. Jacqueline Mueller has been with us 3 years, and she is our vice chair of the school board. And then we have Dr. Jordan Schill, 2 years, and Justin and Sarah were both voted on this year, so they're in their first year. So we usually have these wonky certificates that maybe don't mean anything to them. I don't know what they do with them after they get them. But this year we went all out, and we have a card for each one, personalized, and there's a really nice coffee card in there. I'm not going to tell you where it's from, but we rotate that around, and I think they're going to really appreciate it. So I'll hand these out, and I just would ask that you'd help join me in recognizing them and thanking them for a job that really takes a lot of time, and they're very passionate about what they do for the kids and the staff in the district. So help me thank them. That's for Jacqueline, Kathy, Jordan, and Justin. There you go. Enjoy.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on in the agenda, number 8.
Hey, I have one more thing. Sorry.
You go ahead.
I'm going to put our board chair on the spot here, but
Oh, no.
Kathy organized this year. She became board chair. She's done that a few times in her 18 years, but she organized a board training, and I just want to recognize her for that. And she brought all of the board members together. They did a board training. We are one of the few boards in South Dakota that do that. And again, under Kathy's leadership, she got it organized, put it together. And do you want to talk just a little bit about probably an award you're going to get as a board? They haven't announced it yet,
No,
but
they haven't, but
it's
you know,
pretty neat.
I'm kind of competitive that way, so I like to keep track of where we are in the standings. And I just felt that giving this board that is pretty new an opportunity to be able to have somebody come in and do some hands-on training to just get the understanding of the process and kind of more the direction of how we work together, collaborate together for the greater good of the district, the students, the teachers, everyone involved. And so I think it was very good. We spent an evening, I think from like 4 to 8. So it was a pretty good commitment that we put together. So on a state level, there is the South Dakota School Board, and every year they allot points for things that you're involved in as a district, attending the annual meeting, doing additional training, helping with the legislature, just different things like that. And the goal is to try to get to 500 points so that you get the recognition of being a Gold Star district. And we did that this year. So, yep.
Now, one more thing to add to that. So when Kathy was board chair, I said multiple times, but one of those multiple times, she organized it again, and we got this award. But not only that, it was recognized moving forward that it's called the Yankton way. And so they kind of named that, this is how you do things. You do it the Yankton way, and I would just recognize Kathy for that too. And you actually were serving on the Associated School Boards at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're proud of our school board.
Absolutely, and I'm proud of the position that I get to serve doing it. So it is very emotional for me because I do have a lot of compassion to make sure that education is first and foremost for anyone, and everyone has the potential to learn. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mrs. Valnes to give us an update on physical education and health curriculum.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to start it off, as Dr. Old told me that I should have gone first, since I wasn't as exciting as the rest of those shares. I'll try to make it upbeat for you all. All right, so here to share tonight, and it's always a privilege to share the work that the committees are doing. And this year, our Physical Education and Health Curriculum Committee completed its second year, and so I'm here to share their recommendations with you. Just a look back last year, so the 24-25 school year, we focused on reviewing all of our standards. We took a specific look and a deeper dive into the health standards because those were more recently updated than the physical education standards. And when we looked at those health standards, we also looked closely at how our counseling lessons, DARE, and some of our other programming that we do inside the classroom and supplemental also fit those standards. And our goal was that we're intentionally teaching them at some level on a regular basis, and that our students are hearing them more than once. And then this past year, we've been looking at resources to enhance our programming. And then next year, we will implement those resources. Oops, sorry. All right, so our driving force of every curriculum committee is always our philosophy statement, our belief statement. I won't read it to you, I'll let you read it. But a few things to point out is that, yes, this is the physical education, health, these are our PE teachers, but physical education and health is more than just that physical aspect. So you can see that in that second line there, that it fosters the physical, mental, and social well-being of every student. Our programming really, we talked a lot about movement, lifelong fitness, which is where a lot of our resources are focused on, as well as sportsmanship and teamwork. Love the fourth bullet there about fostering personal growth and resilience. We talked a lot about goal setting and helping students to meet their individual health goals. Everybody has different health goals. And then prioritizing safety and well-being. Also, I'll point out that this is a junior K through 12th grade philosophy statement. Here's a list of all of the members that served on this committee. Again, we work for 2 years, and the teachers put in a lot of time, not only in meeting time, but discussions, work for creating that curriculum guide, really diving into lots of resources. We do a lot of comparison of resources so that our outcomes are the best for our students. And then here they are. So just as a note, it might seem like a slim list, but our physical education, they also have a yearly budget with Mr. Moores on equipment and such. And so this is adding to that. So at the elementary level, one of our goals is around health, food health, I guess, and nutrition. And so our elementary teachers are going to add in this activity called My Plate Beanbag. So of course movement, as well as learning about good nutrition and having that well-balanced plate. And then this is our initial stage for goal setting. So really talking to kids about fitness goals, health goals, and then that they focus on all of those areas. So physical, mental, and social well-being. At the middle school, this fitnessgram is something we already use, but there's some enhancements, of course, throughout the years. And so we are going to enhance our resources as well. And at the middle school, those teachers, again, work on goal setting for fitness aspirations. For example, we have some students that are in many athletic sports and activities, and they have very, very high fitness goals. Personally, that would not be me. I would be on the low end of what do I need as the basic, and still goal setting and pushing each individual student. If you have any kids in the middle school or even the high school, you probably hear them talking about this. I know that my daughters are constantly comparing and trying to out-achieve, and I have all girls, so of course they try to out-achieve the boys most specifically. So it's great that we're teaching our kids those good goal-setting habits starting at those early ages. And then at the high school, we are going to, and this is what the picture is, implement some new heart monitors. So the kids will be able to wear a heart monitor, and you can see how it's green there. And it will track their heart activity, and the teachers will coach them through raising that heart rate so that they're in that good physical form experience for throughout their PE time, and then from there work on goal setting as well so that they can achieve their goals. Again, thank you to all the committee members. There's actually several in the room, so I'm going to have them stand up and just please help me by thanking them by a round of applause. I could not do these things without all of you. My experience, as you know, lies in the elementary, and so I have a lot of background there. But I've learned so much, not only from our elementary teachers, but by having the opportunity to work with all of our staff, that preschool through 12th grade. I really enjoy it. All right, and then lastly, the resources are available online because there's not anything in print for us to review. So they're available online for digital review for the next 30 days. And the links can be found on the memos, which are on the board docs, as well as on the curriculum page, which I will show you in just a moment. If this is, here's the home page of the website, and then under curriculum and integration, if you scroll down, here are all the resources that I just presented. And so those will be available for preview for the next 30 days. And if you have any questions, you can certainly send me an email, which you can get off this page as well. Any questions from any board members?
I'm curious about the heart monitors. Is that just like a couple hours during the day, a school day, or are they wearing them, taking them home, doing a 24-hour thing? What's kind of the thought behind that?
I will let Ms. Iwan tell you, because she's here, and she will be more articulate than myself.
My initial plan is to have them we can program each and every class. So they'll just put it on when they come to class. It'll track everything they do in class. And then at the end of class, we shut them off. We'll clean them, put them on. The next class will come in, they'll put them on. We may get to a point that we decide, okay, we've done this for 2 quarters. Now we want to see, and we'll take one class and say, okay, now we're going to have you wear them for 24 hours and have them come back, or you're going to wear them for a full week. We can play with that a little as we get them, but initially to start with, they'll just wear them during class, and we can track where their heart rate is in different activities. And my personal goal is that they will just become much more aware of, I guess I'm not really working today. I should put a little more into this. Yes, I'm in class, but I'm just standing instead of moving and getting my heart rate up.
Okay.
There is an online piece that we can go down and we can download everything. We can send information to the parents. So really it's going to be a good assessment tool for us as compared to me just looking at somebody and say, well, you didn't work very hard today. I can say, okay, your heart rate started at 68, you got it up to 70, instead of your heart rate started at 68 and you were in 152. So it's a good assessment tool for us instead of just being subjective.
Is there an annual subscription with it? Or how is it? Once you buy them, is it just a program that you keep?
So we actually have some heart rate monitors, and the digital component right now has expired, and the service is just no longer working well. So this company allowed us to trade those in and gave us a discount for the new heart rate monitors. And then with our recommendation, we will get 60 heart rate monitors, 2 devices that the teachers would use in class to be able to track at an instant each student and how their heart rate is going, so they can go around and coach them as well as the online software, which we will purchase for 7 years. So it will extend our committee until we meet again.
Question. Any other questions? All right. Appreciate your time and the information.
Thank you.
Item number 9 on our agenda is the Eastern South Dakota Food Buying Group Agreement, and it is up for renewal. And Shireen, are you having that discussion with us?
Yeah, it's we renew it every year, and it's a buying group where we're with 5 total schools, and we work together to get the prices down. So you're buying in bulk. Our food service, it helps our food service bottom line. I mean, we have a great fund balance in that program, and this is just helping getting those costs lower so we can save more money and buy, the stuff that our kids need in the lunch program. And it's a recommendation from Food Service Laura to renew it like we have in the past. It's a yearly renewal.
Okay, I did talk about this on the radio piece as well Monday, and the schools that are involved in it, Brandon Valley, Brookings, Mitchell, and Yankton School District. Dr. Kindle, do you know, I'll put you on this spot, how many years have we had the co-op going?
So I think I'm gonna guess 20 years, right in there probably.
Probably.
And Sandy Kramer at the time was our food service director, and she was the catalyst behind getting this started. And so once again, Yankton led the way like we usually do. And so here we are, 20 years or so later, and it was one of the best things they ever did for the food service program, for buying power.
Yeah, and I talked about that. It'd be interesting to know how much money we ended up saving, just even in a year, not to mention all the years that it's been going on. But I remember Sandy talking about this and hearing, even when I was on the state board, people would talk about, oh, you guys have that buying co-op, or just even amongst the other nutrition departments at other schools, just curious as to how Yankton kind of led the way with that. So it's a great deal for us to be able to co-op and, as I say, buy in bulk or shop at a discount. So I will open it up then for a motion to approve the renewal.
Motion to approve the renewal and authorize membership in the ESDFBG.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to renew the agreement. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mueller,
Yes.
Frick,
Yes.
Brandt,
Yes.
Shield,
Yes.
Greenway.
Yes. Last item on our agenda is the adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify with aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you again for being here and spending the hour with us.